I'm Heidi. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic, and I say grateful because there have been so many changes in my life, and as I look back on what's happened over the last 7 years, there's no way I could have orchestrated all of that. One of my favorite parts of the Alcoholics Anonymous textbook is on pages 61 to 63, and the scenario is, now, about me. I was a drama coach. I was an English teacher, a trainer for many years. And so I really like to set the stage. I like to decide what should be said by whom and where people should move. And I about fell over when I first read this in the book. It's about how most people who have an addictive type brain like I do try to run life on their own self-will instead of God's will. And it says most people try to live by self-propulsion. Each person is like an actor who wants to run the whole show, forever trying to arrange the lights, the ballet, the scenery, the rest of the players in his own way. If his arrangements would only stay put, if only people would do as he wished, the show would be great. Everybody, including himself, would be pleased. Life would be wonderful. And then it goes on to say that, in trying to make these arrangements and carry out our big plans, or in our desperation trying to make life work for us, we can be, on the one hand, considerate, kind, patient, generous, even modest and self-sacrificing. On the other hand, we may sometimes be mean, egotistical, selfish, and dishonest. But as with most humans, we're more likely to have varied traits. But what usually happens, and this is a picture of what has happened to most of us in our addiction. The show doesn't come off very well. We begin to think life doesn't treat us right. We decide to exert ourselves more. So, on the next occasion, we become still more demanding, gracious, or generous, as the case may be. Still, the play does not suit us. Admitting that we may somewhat be at fault, we're sure that other people are really more to blame. We become angry, indignant, self-pitying. And what's our basic trouble? Are we really not just being a self-seeker even when trying to be kind? Are we not a victim of the delusion that we can wrest satisfaction and happiness out of this world if we only manage well? Bingo. That's exactly what I always thought. I thought that if I managed my life well, if I applied all of my logic and problem-solving skills to everything that came up, life would go well. And when things didn't go well, I just tried to think harder to figure it out. You know what? That does not work. And I recently had this week I had a breakthrough on something that I own that was giving me no end of problems, and I couldn't resolve all these issues that were happening. And I sat down on the couch and I prayed to God and asked him to show me what he was doing, because I have found that when I'm really, really upset, usually it's because it's my will trying to take over, and I'm not paying much attention to what God would have me do. And within that day, somebody else said, "Why don't you just sell it? Why are you doing this?" And I really think that was a gift from God. I couldn't see that option in my limited perspective. I was sure that I should hang on to that. But actually, since I started considering that option, I feel so freed, and I think it is His will that I sell that. So I guess the bottom line is I don't know what I should do all the time, and I really, every day I ask for God's will. But even then, when problems come up, I still tend to fall back into problem solving. It just seems that I do that very naturally, which most people do. So I had a big aha moment, and it reminded me of earlier in the week I was going with these two guys to look at a property, and the guy that's driving pretended to fall asleep, and then he jerked his head back up and he goes, "I got this." And it was really funny to the guy that was riding shotgun. Not so funny to me, because I happen to know he was out all night, and we had passed the 24-hour mark of his being wide awake. We were on a bad highway, lots of traffic, and I thought, I got this. Boy, that could have been my theme for my life. I got this. No, I don't. I love it. I do not. Got this. Well, that's all I wanted to share today. Thanks. I hope it works for you. And again, that's on page 60 to 63 in the AA textbook. I don't got it.